Hi, welcome to Give Me the Bible, where God's Word speaks for itself. I'll admit, I'm a little embarrassed to make this video, because in the previous video, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I haven't made a video in 3 or 4 months, and I'm going to get back to it, and I'm so excited to get back studying God's Word with you, and I had all these plans laid out to make videos, and now here we are. I'm making this video, and it's been a year since my last recording. A year has gone by. Now, I'll say that's largely for a good reason. In fact, if you notice behind me, I've got a new bookshelf. That's part of my new office. I got a total renovation of my office, new paint, new drywall, new carpet, new furniture, new closet. So I love my new office. I say new furniture, still have my same chair and my same desk, but that was my choice because I like my chair and my desk. But that's a great thing. Problem is we ran into some roadblocks and it took like 8 months just to do this office. And then the following 4 months, I was doing so much traveling, going in and out of town, and working on some very urgent projects, I just wasn't able to work on these videos the way I would have liked to. And I'm reminded just of how out of control my own life is from my hands. I can make plans and I can make goals, but ultimately I know nothing about the future. And the same thing is true for you. It's a good thing to make plans. It's a good thing to use wisdom and try to plan out our future in the wisest way possible. But at the same time, it always has to be balanced with the idea and the fact that God is ultimately in control. That there are so many things that I don't know that are coming my way and that you don't know that are coming your way. I'm reminded of James chapter 4. Would you turn to James 4? Back in the first century world, often businessmen would go to new cities because there were new cities being founded all the time, and those new cities brought great opportunity to make money. You would get a lot of benefits from moving to these cities, like maybe free land or free citizenship, and you could kind of set up camp, and it was a great investment opportunity. And this is kind of what was going on in James chapter 4. And listen to their attitude in James 4 and verse 13. He says, "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a city and spend a year there and engage in business and make a profit. Yet you do not know what your life will be like tomorrow. You are just a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and also do this or that. But as it is, you boast in your arrogance, and all such boasting is evil. Therefore, to one who knows the right thing to do and does not do it, to him it is sin." Now, I'm not sure I would go as far as to condemn myself for the last video I made, as if I was boastful and arrogant against the Lord. I think I even said, Lord willing, several times there, but I'm just reminded of how little I know and how little you know of the future. Really, you know nothing about what the future holds for you. And I know nothing about what the future holds for me. I am so much really reliant and dependent on God and what His will is for my life. And I have to be careful not to be boastful like these people in James were. I mean, it's amazing because they had everything figured out. You could almost see them spreading a map out in front of them, and they're saying, look, we're going to go to this city, all right, and this is when we're going to leave for that city, and they're assuming their travels are going to go well, and they know exactly how long they're going to spend in that city. We're going to spend a year there, and they know the outcome. They know we're going to make a profit. We're going to come back rich, and they have all this figured out. And yet in reality, they're boastful, because they're not even thinking about the Lord. And I don't think when he says, you need to say, if the Lord wills, he's saying that's some magical phrase that if you just say it, well, then everything's going to work out fine. No, in fact, the Bible writers don't always say, if the Lord wills, when they're making plans. So it's not really a requirement to say that phrase per se, but it is a requirement to know in your heart what that phrase means. That we are in the hands of God. You know nothing. I know nothing about what the future holds. With that said, I do plan, Lord willing, to start these videos up again. And I think I've figured out one of the issues is that I need to just move this. I've got a time matrix. If you ever heard of Stephen Covey in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he talks about the time matrix. And I just need to move the YouTube videos in my time matrix to something that is both urgent and important. I had it in the important but not urgent category, and I'll admit when that happens, it just easily gets put on the back burner. But I'm going to move it to urgent and important, especially because you all have sent me emails asking me where my videos are and telling me how helpful you found them. And I really appreciate your support and encouragement. And I need to honor you by making these videos more of a priority. I need to honor the Lord by making these videos more of a priority so I can continue to reach people across the world that I would not normally meet. I'm so blessed to have this opportunity to share these videos with you, and thank you so much for listening and for your interest in spiritual things, and Lord willing, I'll see you in the next video.